like is a social charged day tomorrow, right? Okay,
Yes.
very well. Jay, how are you? What are your plans for tomorrow?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Doing well, just a bit tired, but it's weekend, so I'm calm, I'm relaxed. Everything's nice. So we
It's
are
nice.
discussing our plans for the weekend. As for me, I don't know really what I'm gonna do, but I really want to relax. On the, next Monday, we're going to have a lot of work. So usually when I know I will have a lot of work, I like to take a like few days off to totally switch off from work. Like I try to do every day, have some minutes or 1 hour at least to just to you know I don't want to think anything about work for a second and just relax. So tomorrow we're going to we have plans to go to the beach as well. I don't know, and maybe I will sleep a lot because I'm
Oh my
really
God, I second that,
yeah
actually.
yeah yeah. I don't know. I even compare myself with my wife because she sleeps she is okay sleeping maybe sometimes 6 or 5 hours night, and for me it's hard. I feel like I'm not made for that. In order to feel okay, I need to sleep 8 hours, and I know this is like what everyone should sleep, but I'm not used to sleeping more. Like if I sleep 7 hours, 6 hours, I'm really grumpy the next day. I don't work well. And but the ideal time for me to sleep is 9 hours. I feel like in order to be more productive, I need 9 hours of sleep. Yeah. So probably
Sounds good.
I'll do that.
I always hear about 8 hours a night, but sounds
Hmm.
good. I
Okay.
don't have any plans for the weekend, actually. I just want to be like you, relax,
Hmm.
forgetting about all the topics that be close or meaning work, no matter if it is out of the work or directly with the work, but I just want to be relaxed this weekend. I don't have any plans because I don't really want to be relaxed and I don't have money as well
Hmm.
for making plans.
Okay. Yeah, I understand. Understand that. Yeah. Okay. And Gabriel, how are you tonight? Do you have any plans for tomorrow? Are you thinking about having fun?
No, not really. I don't have
Oh,
any plans.
yeah, that well, bit sad. Um, but I mean, maybe any other things. You told me last time you like playing video games, or do you like playing video games? Do you like drawing? You know, I would say something like go outside and maybe going to a park but it's really hot lately, so sometimes it's better to stay at home safely with AC or with ceiling fan, protected from the heat. Well, okay, very well. I forgot to tell you, I'm playing a barbecue for I think will be Sunday. Yeah, but let's see how it goes. I want to invite some friends over. That makes me think that now I need to organize many things and buy food. Okay, very well. So talking about it, I'd like to introduce you to this topic that we're going to learn today. So this is for it corresponds to the next unit. And um, if you ever go to a restaurant, if you ever like, there's a lot of vocabulary surrounding food. That's either for buying food, maybe you will go to a restaurant, maybe you want to describe food in a richer way, right? More sophisticated way, and all these details, right? some vocabulary like when you are at the restaurant with friends, like in the case of Jenny, she's going tomorrow to restaurants, right? So when we talk about restaurants, we can, for example, you would decide maybe you can say, um, well, they could do like it's on the house, for example, when they tell you it's on the house, or you would like to invite a friend, you can tell them it's on me. Don't worry, it's on me. So you will pay for him. Maybe you will go Dutch, and you understand. Have you ever heard the expression to go Dutch?
No.
No, go Dutch. I know it doesn't make a lot of sense, right? Because Dutch is someone from the Netherlands, but when you say go Dutch, well, it's like going half, yeah. So yeah, that's what we do in this case. So we you can say go Dutch. So we're going to divide the expenses. So we can split it in half, but that's how you can say go Dutch. That's one expression. And right now I'm showing you this picture, some I would call peculiar food. Looks tasty, but it's a little bit exotic, right? So on one hand, we have here jellyfish. Um, we could also say it like swordfish. We have swordfish here, fried chicken, fried alligator tail, chapulines or grasshoppers. Okay, and beef tacos. So I think that just these two are like very normal in my opinion. Except for fried chicken, because when people go to Kentucky, sometimes the heads of they find the heads of chicken. So it's not that pleasant, right? So we're going to listen to the description of this food, and you need to tell me which foods they try. Then you're going to tell me maybe what's the weirdest foods you've ever tried, the weirdest dishes you've ever tried. And we're gonna learn how to describe the food, right? Well, maybe you know how to say something is sweet, something is salty, something is hot or spicy, right? And but then we have some other expressions that we can use to talk about food. All right, so we're going to listen to the next audio, and then you need to pay attention so you can um so you can get to know what foods they're talking about. Okay.
Uncovered.
Okay.
Students Book 4 by Ben Goldstein and Carrie Jones. This class on Unit 2, Lending an Ear. Page 18. Conversation. Unit 4, What's Cooking? Page 33. Vocabulary. Cooking verbs. Exercise 2.
Okay, hold on, please.
Unit 4, Dangerous Foods. Unit 4, Unusual Foods. Page 36.
Okay, got it.
Listening. A taste test.
So here we are for today's blind.
So we're going to listen,
Unit
pay attention,
4,
and you tell me
Unusual Foods.
what food they're talking about.
Page
Very unusual.
36. Listening. A taste test.
So here we are for today's blind taste test. Our contestants today are Dale, Josie, and Kristen. Put your blindfolds on. Are you ready?
Yes.
So, here's the first dish. Ready, set, taste. Okay, you can look now. So, Dale, what did you think?
Well, it certainly tastes better than it smells. It's interesting. Sweet and sour, and a little bit spicy.
Would you eat it again if you had the chance?
Yes. If I saw it on a menu, I'd eat it again.
Great. Josie?
I'm sorry. I don't like it. I wouldn't eat it again if you paid me.
I agree.
I don't really like it either.
So, what do you think it is?
Some sort of fish?
Yes, that's right. It's jellyfish.
Jellyfish.
Okay, contestants, put your blindfolds back on. Are you ready for the second dish?
Yes.
Ready, set, taste. Okay, forks down. Take a look.
Ooh. Ah.
Kristen, what did you think of that?
I liked it. It's crunchy on the outside. I'd definitely eat it again if you offered it to me.
And you, Josie?
I'm not crazy about it.
Dale?
Sorry, I didn't like it. It's crunchy on the outside, but soft on the inside.
Any ideas what it might be?
It feels like fried chicken, but it didn't taste like chicken.
It's fried alligator tail. It's a popular savory dish in Australia and in the southern United States. So, the last dish. Ready, set, taste. Okay, you can look now.
Oh, wow. Are they what I think they are? Grasshoppers?
Yes, Kristen. What did you think?
Wow, they're really good. Salty, spicy, and crunchy.
And you, Josie?
Definitely my favorite.
And finally, Dale. You didn't like them, right?
No, they're amazing. They're delicious. If I wanted to eat them again, where would I get them?
Well, they're called chapulines, and they're a Mexican specialty. You can eat them in a taco or just on their own like potato chips. So thank you, Dale, Josie, and Kristen. Chapulines are definitely the winner of our taste test today.
Well, so which of these do they try?
All of them.
Yeah, all of them. Okay, nice. And which ones do they like?
Grasshoppers.
Okay, very well. The grasshoppers, they are like, I've eaten grasshoppers before. And you?
We love it.
Yeah,
We did
you
it
love them?
every weekend.
Really?
Yes,
They're your favorite snacks?
actually, yes. My daughter loves it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just tried one, but like I was very brave and I was thinking it was a salty chip, and that's how I could swallow it.
We bought a bag of them.
Yeah. I mean, the look is not nice, but okay. And Chili, how about you? Have you ever tried the grasshoppers or any of this?
I never seen it. I never have seen it. I have never seen it in Chile.
Okay. What kind of well, because you come from China, right? I don't know, maybe it's um something we assume sometimes when we live here within that um in China they eat some insects too, right? Or it's
Yes,
just a
yes,
stereotype.
in some provinces, in some
Okay.
places.
What would you say is the strangest thing you've ever eaten, or not, maybe not strangest, but the least conventional you've ever tried?
Actually, I think it's a little strange, but I respect.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow. Okay. And do you have any kind of food that you like that you eat often, and that some people would consider that it's strange? For example, in the case of Oscar, he eats grasshoppers very often. How about you? Or what's your favorite kind of food? Okay, let's see. Jay, what's the strangest thing you've ever eaten?
Considering the plate that we consider strange here, I never eat it before, but here we have some that we call it molondrone, and
That
it
sounds
is
Russian.
sorry,
That sounds Russian. Can you repeat that again?
molondrones.
Ah, molondrones. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what are molondrones?
I don't know if you want, you can find any picture in Google because I just
Should I
saw,
be here?
yeah, because I just saw this in person or have one in my
Molondron is
hand.
like a vegetable.
Yeah, this one. I
Okay.
never eat that before, and I don't know why, but I don't want to give it a try.
They look like
Sorry,
chilies to me.
I think, sorry, I think it's very, very common in China.
Really?
Really?
Yes,
Yes, I love it.
I have tried this a lot too.
But what is it strange? Well, yeah, it's a vegetable I've never seen in my life,
It's
but does
very
it
sticky. It's very sticky.
really?
Yes.
Okay, is it sticky and does it have a particular taste? Is it sour? Is it
Um,
bitter?
Actually, I don't think it has any taste, but it's very nutritious.
All right. Yeah, for me it looks like the peas, the green beans. Oh, okay. Or like it looks like a chili too.
It's also
Okay.
crunchy
An
All right.
octagonal chili.
a little.
Okay. Well, they don't grow over here. All right. So, how do you eat them? You them like with the picture? Do you eat them with any fish or I don't know, chicken, meat? You eat it like it's in the picture with beans and rice and avocado?
Yeah.
All right. And so, is this your favorite food?
Nah, it's not my favorite food. Just asking for the strange food that we have here. That's why I'm saying molondroni.
Okay.
But when it comes to speak about my favorite plate or my favorite food, I can say pasta.
Okay. Okay, that's nice. So you don't eat you don't eat guinea pigs or pigeons, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay. What's the country where they eat guinea pigs? You know guinea pigs? They eat them.
What is that?
Guinea pig? It's a cute rodent. It's a cute rodent that people have it for pets, but I think in Peru, but correct me if I'm wrong, they eat them, right?
No, I eat rabbit, but not that one of them.
Oh my
Uh,
god, well you can eat the animal if they look it with the face.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I remember. Oh, it's Peruvian and it's a delicacy. All right, so have you ever tried this or something similar? I want to skip the pictures now. Well, and I think they also, please, I don't want to see this. Okay, no, a pigeon. Yeah, well, a pigeon looks like chicken, right? So, all right. So, what is the strangest food you've ever tried?
Well, the strangest one I tried, it was a long time ago, and I didn't know what I was eating in the moment because my friend was playing me a I don't know how to say this, like uh, una bruma pesada.
Mm-hmm. Well, could say like heavy prank or bad joke?
Okay, well, a bad joke. Because there was cooking food in the river, and I was with my friends, another friends, that place. So when I get there, I see the guy was cooking. We just said hello to all the guys and all that. Okay, perfect. And then say, okay, guys, let's try this. Some fish we catch right away. So when I tried, I finished to it. They tell me it's a snake, and
Okay.
it,
So, well, that must be very brave too, to try something like this.
the flavor was like I don't know, a little strange, but I think like okay, like the guys are cooking in the river. They have a lot of things to make it like more tasted or anything like that. So I just shut my
Mhm.
mouth and eat it. The final they just begin to laugh at me and say, "Do you know what you eat right now?" I say, "Oh,
Uh-huh.
this is snake. Do you like it?"
Okay. But you liked it.
No, 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 I didn't like it.
Okay. How's can you explain again the texture of it? How's the texture?
It was like um I don't know how to say this word in English, but it's anguilla. It's a kind of fish, but it's a river fish.
Eel. Eel. Okay. And how was it? Maybe was it chewy? Was it gooey?
No,
How can you describe
it,
it?
it don't have a lot of like you have a lot of bone and have less meat, and then
Mhm.
that's why it's like a little difficult to eat it. And
I
you have
heard
like
that,
you
sorry for
have
interrupting. I've heard that eels taste like fish.
exactly, but not exactly, not the same. I don't know how to explain that, but it's not like the same. It's totally different. I have tried eel and fish too, but for me it's really different. The, the two parts.
Okay.
But this snake is like more like eel, but like the taste. Um, I don't know how to say that because it's something I have never used. But in my
Okay.
country, we have
You will need
this.
to
We have
try
like
to know.
we have we have this in the strip. People call carne salada.
Okay.
Um, I don't know if it can be called like salty meat. I don't know exactly, but the things that they take this meat and they put it like 2 or 3 days, just in the air, like no fridge, no anything like that, and they just leave it in the air. They
Mhm.
put it, they put something, and they just put it in the kitchen, in the table, and they just let it like that. And when this meat begin to uh, go bad, like I don't know how to say this word too, like podrirse.
Yeah, well, you can say it goes off.
Okay,
It
when
goes off.
when this meat begin to go off, like it take a taste like really strange, but it's good. And then when they put salt, put the other ingredients, I don't know. Final, it tastes good. A lot of people like it. I don't like it too much, but the snake, for me, the snake tastes like similar to this kind of salty salty meat.
Okay. Well, you describe it like I really, really like to try it just because you made me curious.
Here in Mexico, we have it. Is chito.
Oh,
Is
it's
the is
called
chito.
Chito?
Chito, carne seca, salada, sí. Chito with lemon. Very,
Yes,
Oh,
very
yes.
delicious.
oh, I see. Yeah, but I think it's just in some parts, no? Or it's in all Mexico?
Well, here in Mexico City and the state of Mexico, we have it. Actually, there is a woman that has eggs and Cheetos
She sells eggs and
and cocoa, ¿cómo se llama?
how do you
Cocadas.
call them again? What are they called?
Chito, chito, carne seca
Chi-
con limón.
Chito? You know, it sounds
Chito,
exactly like the Cheetos, like
something like
Cheetos.
that, but it's chito, chito.
You could you could offer them to any foreigners. Hey, you want some Cheetos?
Yeah,
Yeah, please give.
yeah,
We love
please.
to.
You get the carne seca.
Okay. Okay, well, interesting. Well, okay, okay. And how about Gabriel? Have you ever tried anything weird recently, or do you remember anything? Any strange food? Okay, if not, otherwise, you can write on the chat. Remember, you can participate. So here we have a little bit of a vocabulary. Honestly, I don't know why it looks like this, but um, must be a thing from here, my computer. But all right, we have this vocabulary. This I think you've used it before, but as usual, I would like to show even more. So when we talk about food, we can give the different descriptions to it. So the first one we have savory. So just remember that food can usually be classified in, let's say, two categories, right? We have sweet food. Like when I talk about sweet things, I think about desserts, right? And then we also have savory, which means it has salt, but also is how you eat it, right? So usually for what you call it, the main dish, or the if you order some food from a restaurant, right? So in this case, it will be usually savory. For example, pasta is savory, rice is usually savory, but we also have like sweet rice, like with milk. um, well, meat is savory, right? So we usually classify food into two ways. So it says, I don't eat cookies. I prefer savory snacks like nuts and chips, and that's my case. My wife, she's a sweet tooth. I don't know if you're the same. A sweet tooth. Sweet tooth is a person that loves desserts and sweet stuff. And my wife is like this. She's a sweet tooth. She prefers a cake, but me, I would prefer, like, when I have cravings, I never have or hardly ever have sweet cravings. I really prefer to eat something like pizza, pasta, or eat some chips. In my case, I never have sweet cravings. Cravings, you know? Do you know the meaning of cravings?
No.
No? Well, cravings are these what you call like a desire, right? But it's a foodie desire. So like I would really like to have right now in front of me a bucket full of ice cream, or I would like to have a cheesy pizza, you know. Cravings is like I really want, my craving. I've been craving for this kind of food, for this.
Antojito.
Yeah, yeah, those are
Oh,
cravings.
it's like cravings.
Yeah. And
Interesting.
yeah, but I mean, usually when women have cravings, they say that they're pregnant, right? Yeah, well, in
Sorry,
Yes.
teacher. I have a question. How to use this word craving?
okay, you can say just I have cravings, or you can
It's
say
no.
I'm craving for.
Okay.
So you could say I'm craving for I don't know, brownies. I'm craving for. You can say I have a craving, and you tell your craving. Yeah. So what do you have any cravings, Oscar? Like well, maybe you ate some usually after eating, I don't have any cravings, but when I'm hungry, I have cravings of all kinds. So
I
um
love the spicy.
spicy food?
Yeah, and crunchy like chips and that kind.
Okay. So you usually have cravings for spicy stuff.
Yes,
Okay, very well.
every day.
Yes, in Mexico, I think there's these chips that they're like there's whole um
Oh yeah,
fuego
hey.
chips, right? That they're ultra spicy. Yeah. And on top of that, many Mexicans add extra sauce. Like I've seen these my whole life, and it's still I can understand. I have a problem of reflux and gastritis, so I can't do that to my stomach. And but I've seen people who they buy the fuego chips, like they're ultra spicy, and then they add more sauce.
Yeah,
That
that's my
should be a
case.
crime. Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Very well. What have you been craving for recently, Jenny?
Maybe tiramisu.
Okay. So do you have more sweet cravings than savory cravings?
Yes, I have more sweet cravings, but I'm always under the control because I'm on diet.
Okay. I'm on a diet too, but it doesn't work. Um, I'm trying hard, but then my cravings win on me. So yeah, my cravings are stronger than my will. Okay. How about you, Jay? What have you been craving for?
It could be like Jenny. I always have a craving for sweet things or sweet stuff. Could be a cake or could be just like a small sweet caramel, something like that.
Okay. You know, a dessert that I really like, it's well, it's flan. I like flan. I think it has a French name too, but I love this kind, especially because there's a recipe that I make that has cheese. So the creamy cheese gives it a lot of texture, and the taste is less eggy, so it's not it tastes less like egg, and taste you can feel the caramel also. I know how to prepare the caramel.
You have to share it.
Yeah. Yeah, I have like lots of pictures of how I prepare it. I will show you. And other dessert that I love to prepare are cookies. Like, there are some cookies that are sold in Costco and or Subway, they have like similar texture. I like this kind of cookies. Not like the ones that come in the packages, these I don't know how to explain because I like them to be I like them to be crunchy, but at the same time, I like when they are crunchy outside, but they are tender in the inside, you know? So yeah, that's how I like them. But again, it's not like I have lots of sweet cravings. For some reason, I think that eating two pizzas is better than eating a cake, right? I don't know. I think that sugar is better than other kinds of foods. But okay, let's ask Saul. Saul, do you have any cravings, or have you ever had any cravings recently?
Well, yes, I have a craving because I cannot eat it because I have crackers, but um, I would like to eat mofongo, say Dominican. I don't know if it's just Dominican food, but
What's it called?
mofongo.
Mofongo. Is it a
Yes.
dessert? Is it sweet?
No, 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 no.
Ah,
It's
It's
like a
like
kind of salty.
it's like
yes,
ceviche.
it's like plantain with uh like mashed plantain, but you have to fry the plantain before the plantain before smashing.
Mm.
Yeah, but
Uh,
it's really really good, really really good. A lot
what
of
are the
people like
ingredients?
in this country. People like when they comes to the city to make tourism, they like to eat it. Like the guys, they take it to that type of places, restaurants when they make it, and almost a lot of almost all restaurants in the country in this country they know how to make it and they make it and they make it
Okay.
like with shrimps. They make it with like different meats. They make it with chicharron,
Mm-hmm.
cheese, a lot of cheese, and
Oh.
a lot of ways to make like different. And a lot of
Here,
people like
on the back in this picture, I see some bananas. Do you make them with bananas?
just like in Dominican Republic we call it plátano
Uh-huh.
because I don't know banana we call to the one like we can go red rare and eat it like that, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
this one is like plantain. I don't know if it's the same.
Okay, I see. So, well, it looks interesting. I would like to try. I'm surprised every time I ask people from different countries, they have a new dish. Recently came across this Scottish dish. It's an unborn. I'm literally describing. It's an unborn. I don't know if it's chicken or something, but it's an embryo. So it's a ducky. So they Scottish eat this like it's normal to eat eggs, right? But people in Scotland eat these when it's an embryo, when it has developed a bit. And I think they add some vinegar. Um, I really don't know how to eat this, but they eat this. That's a Scottish dish. Well, um, I don't know what today. Now I don't have any cravings. All
I
right.
prefer the grasshoppers.
Yeah. I would eat a whole bag of grasshoppers before eating this. Okay. Bring the grasshoppers, bring the eels and pigeons. All right. So, we have this food, right? We talk about savory food. Okay, we're talking about gravy. So we said we have the word sweet tooth. Sweet tooth is a person who has often cravings for sweet food, for desserts, right? Then, well, we can say something is delicious, right? We could say that um something is tasty, right? How would you call something that's not delicious?
Yucky.
Okay. Very well. So using yuck.
Disgusting.
Yeah, there is one. Hideous. You could say hideous, unpleasant.
Teacher, what is the politest way to say that then?
Uh, well, I can think about disgusting, unpleasant, hideous. So you can say something like it's not my cup of tea. When you say in English, it's not my cup of tea, it means like it's not made for me. So they could ask you, hey, try this unborn chicken, and you don't want to offend the person. You could say, oh, thank you, I really appreciate it. You're so kind, but it's not my cup of tea. And you're like, oh, thank you. It looks so nice, but it's not my cup of tea, so the person won't feel offended. Yeah. Um, all right. Then we have spicy, right? So when you say spicy, yeah, I think we people confuse with hot, right? As hot is the temperature, and hot is also when it has a lot of chili, right? Like a Tabasco sauce, for example, right? So you could say, oh yeah, it's really spicy. Okay. But spicy, it's also used when well, the food has lots of spices, right? So that's why in English you need to make sure, right? When you say it's hot, oh, it's hot. Like you need to say, wow, sometimes it's confusing, right? People say hot, but do you mean the temperature or do you mean that it has Tabasco sauce, right? So when you say spicy, it could be the same thing because spicy means that it's hot, but it also means that it has lots of spices, right? Like some well, lots of food I can think about. I don't know, like food in Asia, for example, or food in India, for example, right? It's very spicy. It has lots of spices. The curcuma, it has I forgot other spices, but they have lots of spices. Do you like when your food is spiced, or do you prefer? I mean, we have the other word that is bland. Bland means no salt, no spices, like no pepper. So my food doesn't taste like anything. It's like boring. It's plain. So when your food is plain, when your food is boring, you can see that it's bland, right? No salt, no pepper. When you say that your food is spiced, it means that it has, uh, it's not like spicy, but it means that it has a good taste, like a good flavor, because the people preparing the food added um, pepper, salt, and other things to make it tasty. In my case, I have a problem because I love salts. Like, I know it sounds weird, but I have an obsession with salt. I add salt to everything. And everyone who sees me, they see it's not normal, but I don't know. I just need my food to taste like salt, you know? It's a weird addiction. It's a weird thing, but yeah. I don't like when food is bland, but I compare with other people, and when they eat something, for me, their food is bland. I always need to add extra salt. So in your case, is the food you eat usually spiced? Some spices, like I told you, can be pepper,
Yeah, in my case, I usually have food with a lot of spice or spices.
spices. Okay. How about you, Oscar? The food you eat, is it
Yes,
spiced?
I think in Mexico all the food has a lot of spices.
Yeah, true. Like, for example, there's this dish, mole,
Oh yeah.
right? And it,
Whoa.
it has like 40 different ingredients, right?
And a lot of
Basically, it's
flavors.
chili with chocolate. Is bitter-sweet dish, but it's savory because you eat it with chicken and rice. But yeah, that I heard it has like about 40 different ingredients, this sauce. It's a bomb. Actually, foreigners who eat it, they report having problems the next day. Um, you know my meaning, right? Okay, so it's food that is very spiced. You can compare that when you go to some countries, right? And I also think that now that we eat processed food, maybe those chips, that come in bags, um, maybe some sweet buns, we are used to eating really food that tastes so good. Maybe it tastes so good that it's not even natural, right? I mean, if you compare a pack, like a package of chocolates, you compare it with a bag of strawberries. So I think the processed food sometimes is made to taste. I mean, most of the time it's made to taste so good. Sometimes it's addictive. Okay, now we have this word that it's over here, right? We can say disgusting when you don't like the food. In bland, it means doesn't have flavor, right? More salt, more pepper, bring life to the dish. Okay, then we have sweet. We know what that is, right? Now, okay, very well. So, sometimes food it tends to be too sweet, right? I really don't like that. So just bit sweet. Then we have this word that is sour, like lemonade, right? Like lime. It's sour. Bitter. Can you give me examples of bitter foods?
Chocolate.
Okay. Yeah. Especially if it's more than 90% cacao. Okay. What else? Can you give me an example, Gabriel,
The
of
coffee,
okay, coffee, something else that it's bitter? Well, beer supposed to be bitter too, right? I don't like beer,
beer, wine.
but only dark. There are versions of beer that they are dark, like really dark, and they also have some chocolate taste. I like that, but not the light beer. Then we have the next one, crunchy, like apples. Do you have any other examples in mind?
Grasshoppers.
Okay, I think so. Yeah, if they are soft, I think it's alive, right? I don't know if they're
They
crunchy when
are
they're alive.
crunchy.
Okay, do you think they are crunchy when they're still alive?
I think so. I never eaten alive, but I think they crunch.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I was telling you, like, usually there's some foods that saturate your palate and your tongue. You don't want to eat more. So some of these expressions, right, especially for sweet tooths, in English, you can say this word that is cloy. I don't know if you ever heard this word, cloy. Cloy is something too sweet. Imagine like you get that cake you like, but the cake has chocolate. It has extra chocolate with extra sugar, and you eat it along with hot chocolate drink. So what's the result? How would you feel?
The word in Spanish is empalagado. I don't know how.
Okay, yeah. So that is the meaning of Chloe. I know it sounds like the name Chloe, right? Like the girl, but yeah, Chloe. So in English, you could say, I'm cloyed. Like, I can't eat more of this, it's too sweet. I'm cloyed. All right. That's what I feel very often with sweet food. I can't stand it. Like if you give me cake, okay, I will be like, all right, thank you, but give me the smallest slice you can give me. Then people think I'm on a diet and they wonder why I don't look like that fit, but okay. Then we have some other kind of food, some other kind like both flavors and for example, I could say citrusy. The citrusy flavor, you can think about oranges, limes. You can think about some other examples. And what else? Well, you could think about bittersweet, of course, bittersweet. So, can you give me an examples of bittersweet food? I can think now, you know, something that is bittersweet. I don't know.
We are in the same situation.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's one.
It could be a wine that is not a lot of bitter, but not sweety.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. I think so. Then we have this other expression is earthy. When something is earthy, usually tastes like the earth, like the ground, like vegetables. It's a little bit wet. It smells a bit wet and it tastes a bit wet. Like if you think about mushrooms, right? Mushrooms, they are earthy. Some roots like I don't know if exactly potatoes could be earthy, but they have the taste of like you were taking a little bit of dirt, of soil, of earth to your mouth. That's earthy. So do you know smoked, like smoked salmon? Do you know the meaning of smoked?
Like ahumado.
Yeah. So you see, it's smoked because it's cooked through that process. But if you talk about the flavor, you call it smoky. Can be a wine, can be some kind of wine, right? Some kind of meat can be, I mean, ham, salmon can be smoky, right? So it reminds you of the smoke. Um, what else? Well, you can call something, you can use sharp. The word sharp, if you think about a knife or a blade, well, you know what sharp means. Now imagine that sensation in your mouth. So this kind of food, it's like you could say like it's acidic, but it's often very strong. That's a sharp flavor. So a sharp flavor is noticeable, I think, at the very time that you eat the food. It's very noticeable. One example I can think I don't know, but mm, okay, like again, I can think about limes, you know. So I eat lime like if I eat food with lime, it's not going to be sharp, but if I just take this lime and I squeeze it on my mouth, so the taste is going to be sharp. All right. Some other food, right, could be, for example, fluffy, for example. An example of something fluffy, like you can squeeze it. I can think about marshmallows. And you, something fluffy. How about something crusty? Crusty is like crunchy. Um, I don't know, it could be like the taste of shrimp or the texture of shrimp. Sometimes if you don't peel shrimp, so it's going to be crusty. So crusty is like this layer covering the food. The outside is hard, but inside maybe is tender. We're going to talk about it along with some vocabulary that we use when we go to restaurants. Like I told you, like not the usual vocabulary, but some vocabulary that maybe you don't know. So that's what we're going to see the next class. Well, so we finished another week, and we finished another lesson. So thank you so much for being here, guys. And well, I gotta say goodbye. So take care.
Thank you.